Hey, Tanner James, DJ TJ with DJ TJ Training. You are listening to the Peak Period Podcast, episode 31. Episode 31. This one's going to be a cool, quick podcast. It's going to be quick, and it's going to be kind of interesting. It's going to be a little bit different than kind of some of the other stuff that we've talked about. If you haven't listened to the past podcasts, let me pull up what we have in the last little bit. We found someone cheaper. That one's a really good podcast. That's episode 30. So, if you've heard that before, if you don't know what to do, if you need help, when somebody says that, what do you do? All that kind of stuff. That's a really good podcast. Episode 29, your appearance as a DJ. That's really good as well. That's a really, really good podcast about what to wear, what is nice, how dressy do you get, all that kind of stuff is in there. That's really good. Episode 27 is how to blow up your business. That's a good one as well. Is it time to go full-time as a DJ? Undercutting DJs, investments with DJ Mike Melise. Why bad DJs book more gigs than you, upselling your clients, are you worth your worth, opening DJs. Look, there is so much information in here, so much good content, so much, so many tips that you can use in your business right now that will help you start growing. So if you want to learn about business, if you want to learn about your DJ business, how do you grow your business? How do you do it? Look, I did it firsthand and I want to help you. So that is all in all of those podcasts, as well as YouTube, as well as Instagram, all that stuff. It all has content. But this podcast right now is going to be kind of interesting. I do not feel very good today. Yesterday I woke up kind of sick, and I thought I had a really bad sore throat, and I thought it would just pass. And then today it's much worse. It's just going downhill. It's all bad. And I think that's one of the things that as DJs, you can't be sick all the time, like you can't, at a normal job, you can just call in sick. Hey, look, I'm not feeling well. I can't make it today. And, kind of life goes on, whatever. But if you get sick and you're a DJ, it's not necessarily the same, especially if you're a mobile DJ, because it's really hard then to say like, sorry, I can't, like we worked for 6 months, a year and a half on your perfect special wedding day. And, I'm not going to be there, like that sucks. It's really, really hard to do. So, we're going to kind of talk about that and what you can do. And so I think first, again, just like, one of the last podcasts, it's, stopping it before it happens, right? Not getting sick in the first place. And I know that's easier said than done, but with me, I feel better when I eat better. I'm an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. You own a business. You own a DJ business. You need to take care of yourself. And that is done in a few ways. I think first it's eating. I think eating is much more important than the working out aspect of it, but you need to eat well. Eat your vegetables, eat well. And once you eat well, I feel better when I eat better. If I eat cleaner, if I eat better food, I feel better. But if I'm going through Jack in the Box 3 nights a week at 3 a.m. because that's when I end DJing, I don't feel good. I feel really bad. And then I think if you eat bad food, I think you're much more likely to get sick, and that's kind of what I noticed. And so when you eat better and you eat cleaner and you eat more vegetables and all that kind of stuff, it really helps you not get sick. So I think that's part one. I think part two is working out as well. I used to work out a ton, and then I started to slow down. I throw myself into work, and it's really hard to make the time for it. Getting back into it, I'm doing it, 5-6 days a week. But you have to make time for it, and that is difficult. But I think if you can take care of yourself, you will feel better, and you are much less likely to get sick. And I think that is the biggest point in this whole entire in the whole entire thing. You need to not get sick, right? And I think then the second thing is, with me personally, if I work too much in a short period of time, I get sick every single time. I was young. It was when I was starting out. I was probably 17 or 18. And I was going to Vegas with my family, which, is crazy fun when you're not even 21. But I was going to Vegas with my family, and I had 2 events. I had 3 events in 2 days, I think. I had something on a Thursday night. It was a club on a Thursday night. And then I had a club on a Friday night. And then I had a fundraiser on that Saturday morning. And so what happened was, I'm up late on Thursday night, I'm up late on Saturday night, and then I wake up super early for this fundraiser. Saturday morning, did the fundraiser, and then, or maybe I had a Sweet 16 that night too. I don't know. There was so much work in such a short period of time that I got sick. And so then we fly out to Vegas and I'm sick. And it's like, are you serious? Like, so I'm seriously in a hotel room sick because my immune system goes down. So for me, I know that I will get sick. And just recently I had like 5 events in 3 days or something. I had so much going on, or 6 events, and I had a team going out to one event, and I was, running here, getting equipment, running there, and it was just thing after thing after thing. And it hit me on Monday because I had something on, I think Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night I had 1 thing or 2 things, and then Sunday, and then Sunday was Mother's Day, and okay, no joke, Monday I was so sick and I still had to do stuff. Horrible. Look, I know that, right? I know that when I work too much, I get sick. So what that means is that I need to plan for it. I know that I shouldn't have super heavy weekends going into a really important week, or I shouldn't have, if I have a really important event on Saturday, I know I shouldn't push myself really hard Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I know I will get sick. And so I know that, right? And you need to know that. You need to figure out, do you get sick a lot? Maybe you don't. Maybe you have a really good immune system and you're like solid. Awesome. That's good. But for me, that's not how I am. And I just know that whenever I work really, really hard and do a ton of stuff, I get sick. And you have to know that. And once you know that, it'll help you a ton. And I'm always one that will work even when I'm sick. I'm sick right now, and I just got a last minute call for an event tonight. The DJ, he has a family emergency, and so I'm gonna cover for him. And I'm sick, but I'm gonna do it. And I'm not barfing sick, but I am not feeling well at all. But I'm gonna do it because that's how I was kind of raised. I always work really, really hard. So for you, you need to figure out, do you get sick from these kinds of things? Do some things make you sick versus other things, or whatever, all that kind of stuff? You need to figure that out for you. Okay, so then let's say you get sick. Okay, for whatever reason, if it's food poisoning, if it's the flu, if it's whatever, you kind of have to figure that out. But if you get sick, what are you gonna do? And I think, again, this is you gotta stop it before it happens. And I think with that, I mean, you need to make connections with DJs so that if you happen to run into a problem, you can call a DJ, you can call your buddy and say, look, I need help. This is not a, hey, can you, no, I need help. And you need to have those good DJ buddies. And I think that's what some DJs struggle with, is they are super cocky. They're arrogant. They think they're the best. They think that they they're not humble at all. And they run off all their friends, and then they come into a problem, and then it ruins their reputation. You don't want that, right? So you need to make connections, make friends, make DJ friends. It'll help you so much more than you'll ever know as well. I mean, they'll pass you gigs, they'll do all that good stuff, but make those connections, take them out to lunch, make a connection, and you never know what could happen. Maybe they'll get sick and they'll be like, hey, look, it's a Thursday night, really need your help. Can you just help me out? And you're like, yeah, sure. And that's where kind of the buddy thing happens. Or, maybe you book 2 gigs in one day and you did it on purpose, but then you realize that you don't have enough lighting for both events. And now you have a problem, right? They could help you out there. And maybe they have a piece of gear that you're checking out and you're like, hey, can I try it out for a gig or 2 and just see if I like it? Because I kind of want to get one of the, having those DJ friends, DJ buddies is super important, because it'll help you a ton. And I think that's where, again, a lot of DJs mess up. They think that it's all about competition. They think that no, I can't be friends with anyone, and it creates a problem. So if you get sick, what are you going to do? I think the best thing to do first, I think you need to see, it gets tricky because if you have a wedding, let's say, and you get sick, do you tell the client or do you figure it out and then tell the client? I think you got to tell the client and say, look, I'm sick. I will have somebody there for you. They're going to be just as good as me. It'll be all perfect. Don't worry about it. You're going to pay the same way. You're not going to do don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. I think you need to tell them. You need to figure it out. Who's going to be there? Text your DJ buddies. And I think, again, what you have to do is, let's say the event's on a Saturday night. If Thursday night you aren't feeling too well, okay. And then if Friday you're not feeling well, I think what you should do is start reaching out to some of your DJ buddies. Hey, I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling kind of sick. And I think I may not be able to do this event on Saturday. Are you free to help me out? Kind of start putting it out there. See if they could help you out. Because if they can, then at least you aren't struggling to find someone that night or that day on Saturday. So I think put it out there. See if your DJ buddies could help you out. If they're like, yeah, sure, I'm free, whatever. Awesome. Then you're good from that point. And then if you feel fine on Saturday morning, then you're good. If not, whatever. I know one time I was doing a wedding and I was the night before, I was just not feeling well. Or not, it wasn't that, it was my throat. I had a horrible sore throat and I my voice was running out, and I'm like, okay, well, I have 3 DJs that I know that could help me just do the emceeing part. I can DJ, I just may need them to do the introduction. I just may need them to do some of the formalities for me because, I don't want to be messed up on the mic. And then Saturday morning I woke up and I felt fine and it was all good. But, it's that kind of thing. You got to be proactive. You got to think about it beforehand. You got to be ready for it so that if something happens, you're good. And you don't have to worry about that kind of thing that day right before. And it's super, there's a lot of problems. And I think the main thing, I'm just so much of a be proactive, handle it before it happens. Take care of yourself. Let me tell you, I feel better when I eat better. When I eat more vegetables, I feel better. When I eat cleaner, I feel better. When I drink more water, I feel better. And so I think if you can do that and you can treat yourself better, it will help you not get sick as often. If you don't get sick, then you don't have to worry about this. But again, have those connections, have those DJ buddies who can help you out, because that is where they become lifesavers. And, I'm helping the DJ out tonight. And, it's just going to be like hey, look, I've been there. Well, I haven't personally been there, but I know what it's like to be there. And if I'm ever in that situation, I want, my DJ buddy to help me out, and take care of me. So it's kind of that karma thing. If somebody asks you for a favor, maybe they're charging less than what you normally would charge, for whatever. Let's say that it's a club and they're like, yeah, it's $350. I'll pay you $350. And you're like, dude, I charge like $500 for clubs. And, you got to be the buddy. You got to be a good friend. Even if it's less than what you charge, if he was like, yeah, they pay $350, can you do it? It's, 3 hours, help me out. Don't be a DJ who's like, oh no, I can't help you out. I don't charge that and I don't lower my rate. Don't be that person. Help him. He will help you out. Even though it may be less, help him out. Because the karma that comes along with it will help you. The karma that comes along and that will reward you will be much more. Maybe yeah, you get $350 from that and you feel whatever, but it's all fine. And then you get a big huge $3,000 event that you didn't even know was gonna, or you get this huge residency at this club in the town. Like, weird things like that happen. So be good to your friends, even if it's less. Be good, help out your friends, and that is how you will create a good reputation for yourself. It'll help you get out and work, and it'll just, everything works itself out. And then if that buddy ever needs help, or if you ever need help and you go to that buddy, he should help you out. And if he doesn't, then never help him out again. But if he can, he should help you out. And that is where then it's like, okay, thank you. I will forever be indebted to you because that is really, really nice. And so look, take care of people. They will take care of you. And take care of yourself, because that's important as well. I'm going to jump off this podcast again. I don't feel well. I may sound okay, but I am not very good right now. So I will catch you next week, next Thursday, of course, for the 32nd episode. This was episode 31. Again, make sure you check out those other podcasts because they are so, so good. If you aren't on YouTube, if you aren't on our Instagram, if you aren't on Facebook, we have a ton of stuff that we help out. DJ TJ Training. My name's Tanner James, and I am DJ TJ. My name's Tanner James, and this is the Peak Period Podcast. Thank you for checking it out, and we will be back next week. Down.